Hi, this is Hunter Rising, and for my lean manufacturing project presentation, I decided to pick a lawn service improvement technique. This is for the fall 2017 for my lean manufacturing course project. For an introduction, I'm doing this project over a lawn service. It has 4 operators: a weed eater, driveway edger, blower, and mower. These are all important tasks throughout the mowing service. They are all work together but are in separate locations throughout the day, and they all work as a system to get the yard mowed. We have 100 yards per week, and the week consists of 5 days. So for the objectives of this project course is to use the lean principle DMAIC to make improvements to the lawn service. This includes mowing methods such as startup time and path. Startup time includes the time it takes to start mowing the yard. The path will be the distance the guy travels while mowing the actual yard. For schedule alternatives, we would like to make a schedule for bad weather cases. We'd also like to make a schedule that tells us which yards hold water more than others. If we have a bad rain, we can start on these yards at a faster time. And also we'd like to have a schedule alternative for the shortest route to get yards mowed faster. So my motivation for this project is wanting to improve the lawn mowing service for easier work schedule. This means easier work for the operators, less total time overall. Also, it can increase the yard capacity for the mowing service, and when you increase the capacity in hand, that will increase the profits for the company. So I'm using a methodological approach. This approach I'm using is DMAIC. It means to define, measure, analyze, improve, and control the process. So the define section of DMAIC. Define means to define the improvement process, generate areas of improvement, and define all relevant processes. The measure means to measure relevant variables that pertain to the actual issue, collect data, and search for areas of improvement throughout looking in the data itself. The next method in the DMAIC process is analyze. This creates visual statistical charts and graphs. And with these charts and graphs, you can create confidence intervals to show the margin of error, to find areas where improvements can be made. After finding the margin of error, you can make some calculations to find exactly where the improvements need to be placed. The next is to improve. After doing this analysis, as explained in the previous slide, you now want to improve the process. This means to establish the improvements, test the improvements, and compare the normal versus the improved method to see if your improved method is better than the normal method that was originally achieved. The next is to control. This is the last step of the DMAIC process, and during this process you generate new standards. You make strict guidelines so the operators can follow these new guidelines easier, and so you don't fall into the same issues that were occurring before. Also, you find new possible improvements for the future processes. So some benefits of this project: it improved the scheduling of yards. Creating a weather schedule made a better schedule to follow, so there's not downtime when you have bad weather. The route schedule improved the time overall that it took to mow yards throughout each day. The improved methods also improved this time. It also allowed for more yards per day, and it made it easier for operators throughout the day to get the same task accomplished. So for some results, all the processes in this mowing service were improved greatly. The schedules that were generated helped tremendously. All the alternatives combined increased the efficiency overall in the entire process. So some suggestions I have for this process is continuous improvement in any process is paramount. Future processes need improvement. Once you find an improved process, it continually needs to be improved to get the best overall. DMAIC is a very efficient way to improve a process, and it uses a systematic approach and statistical data to really find the problem. So in conclusion, the lawn service now has a greater capacity of yards it can mow each day. All the methods are continuously improved. After making one improvement, it showed how easy it is to make improvements and make each task easier. There are many alternative methods for different situations, and that makes the lawn service flow easier throughout each day with different conditions. The condition fluctuations are now accounted for and have generated methods and schedules for these fluctuations.